So as you bring yourself to your mats, come to lay on your back with the soles of your feet touching, knees out to the side. The body part associated with the zodiac sign of Pisces is the feet, and I love to start here with our feet connecting to each other. Now place your hands onto your belly and start to breathe into them, deepening your breath and slowing it down. You might set the intention, I am living my dream, or I am learning to live my dream. Now take your feet up to face the ceiling, knees bent like you're kind of squatting on the ceiling. Bring your hands to the outer edges of your feet, or the inner edges, depending on how that feels. You might give your feet a massage, seeing as this is Pisces season. And you can rock from side to side gently, keeping your tailbone drawing it down towards the mat. Now hug your knees into your chest, and you've got the option here to roll up to seated or to come to one side and take yourself up to seated in your own time. Now take whatever seat is most comfy for you, cross-legged, one foot in front of the other. It can help to sit up on a block or a big book to make sure that our knees are slightly lower than our hips. Sit up nice and tall and draw your chin back slightly. Inhale your right arm up and over to create length in your side body. Inhale here and exhale, come back to center and take the other side. It's taking your left arm out and up and over your head. Lengthen out the side body and exhale to come back down. Let's try that again. So inhaling the right arm up and over, breathing into the side body, and exhale back down. Inhale your left arm up and over, and exhale back down. Now take both of your hands out in front of you and uncross your legs and come to tabletop pose. So hands and shoulders are stacked on top of each other, knees and hips are stacked in one line. Engage your core here as you raise your knees as slowly as you can. Hover here for a breath and send your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Your fingers are spread very wide here, fingers maybe gripping the mat slightly. Elbow creases shine forward, externally rotate your shoulders. Knees can be as bent as much as you like to create length in your back. Your next inhale, bend your knees and look forward and gently step up to the top of your mat to a forward fold. Create space here by bending your knees generously. This will help your lower back to release. Your next inhale, start to roll up slowly as you can. Shoulders and your head are last to lift. When you get here, take a moment to send some awareness to your feet without looking down. Can you tell how close they are to each other? If they aren't already, see if you can bring them to side without looking down. Then take that awareness up through your ankles, your shins, your knees, legs, torso, chest and head. And reconnect with your breath. Inhale, bring your arms up to the sky, gazing up. And exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step your right foot back, pause here. Exhale, step your left foot back to plank. Inhale, lower your knees to the floor. Exhale, lower your belly to the floor. Inhale, draw your shoulders back and down as you send your chest up for baby cobra. Exhale, bend your knees and send your hips up and back to down dog. Keep your knees bent to create length through your spine. Don't worry if your heels don't touch straight away. Remember to take the weight off your wrists by grounding down through your fingertips and your knuckles. and breathe here. Your next inhale, gaze forward as you step to the front of your mat, a halfway lift, and exhale, fold forward, releasing your head. Inhale, raise back up, sending your hands up to the sky, and exhale, bring your hands in prayer at heart center. See if you can notice the difference that one sun salutation has made to your energy, and reconnect with your breath. Inhale, raise your hands up to the sky, gazing up, and exhale, dive forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward, and exhale, step or hop back to plank pose. Inhale here, and exhale, lower your knees to the floor or take a chaturanga. Inhale, shine your heart forward for cobra or take upward facing dog. And exhale, bend your knees and send your hips up and back to down dog. Let the back of your neck relax and slow down your breathing. Take weight back into your heels by bending your knees and sending your hips further back. On your next inhale, step or hop forward to the top of your mat, halfway lift, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, raise back up to standing, hands in prayer at heart center. Inhale, raise your hands up, gazing up, and exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale to halfway lift, look forward, and exhale, step or hop back to plank pose. Inhale here, and as you exhale, lower your knees to the floor or take a chaturanga. Inhale, shine your heart forward for cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, send your hips up and back to downward dog. From here, inhale your right foot up and back behind you, toes are facing down to the mat. And exhale, step that foot up towards your right hand. Inhale, send your chest forward as you create space through the front part of your body. Now really grounding down through your legs, core engaged. Exhale as you rise up to high lunge. Your back knee is raised. Keep your hands on your hips here to get your balance, making sure that your hips are shining forward. And feel free to lower your knee if this is a bit too much. Inhale, raise your arms up to the sky and gaze up, ribs drawing in. And exhale, lower your arms to a T as you twist to the right from your core. Inhale, your hands reach up, gaze up. And exhale, gently lower your hands back to the ground and step back to down dog. From here, inhale, lift your left foot up and back behind you, toes face down. And exhale, step that foot up to meet your left hand. Inhale, gaze forward, come onto your fingertips, so you create space. And really grounding down through both legs, drawing them in towards each other. Exhale to raise up to high lunge. Back knee can be either raised or on the floor. Make sure your hips are facing forward equally. And as you inhale, raise your arms up, gaze up. And exhale, lower your arms out to a T and twist to the left from your belly. Inhale, lift your arms up, gazing up. And exhale, lower back down to the ground. And step your back foot up to meet the front for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, raise back up to standing. Inhale, raise your hands up, gazing up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or hop back into plank. Exhale to lower your knees. And inhale to shine your heart forward for baby cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, send your knees up and back to downward facing dog. From here, reach your right foot up and back behind you, toes face down. Inhale here, and exhale, step that foot up to meet your right hand. Lower your back knee. You've got an option to fold the mat under your knee or bring a blanket to protect it. Inhale to raise up, bringing your right hand to your front thigh. Lift your left arm up to the sky, creating length through the spine. Now see if you can start to bend that back knee and reach with the left hand back towards your foot. If it can reach it, that's fine. If it can't, that's fine too. You can also stay in crescent lunge, arms raised up to the sky. You're working towards taking the inner arch of your back foot and creating a nice open twist. And you might take your right arm out to a T as you deepen the twist. And gently release the foot and step back to downward facing dog. From here, reach your left foot up and back behind you, toes face down. And exhale as you step that foot up towards your hand. Lower your back knee. Again, take an option to fold the mat or bring a blanket under your knee. Inhale to raise up, bringing your left hand to your thigh and your right arm up to the sky. Create length through the spine. Now see if you can start to bend your back knee and reach with the right hand to grab that back foot. If you can reach it, that's fine. No worries if you can't. And take crescent lunge instead. You might exhale your left arm out to a T as you deepen in that twist. Release the foot if you have it and take your hands back down to frame your front foot. Step your back foot up to meet the front. Inhaling to halfway lift and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, raise back up to mountain pose. Now, pick your right foot up, knee is bent in front of you. See if you can keep your balance whilst reaching to take your big toe with your first two fingers and thumb. And if you can, start to play with straightening that leg, making sure to keep your right shoulder drawing back and your hips even. Now gently release your grip and without placing the foot down, see if you can send that foot back behind you about 4 steps. Now we're set up for pyramid pose. Hands can come to prayer at heart center or behind you or clasp the elbows. Inhale to lengthen up through the spine and exhale to hinge from the hips as you fold over the front leg. Left hip is drawing back. Right hip draws forward. Your gaze is towards your front big toe. And breathe here. On your next inhale, raise back up to standing at the top of your mat. Now start to pick up your left foot, knee is bent, and see if you can keep your balance whilst reaching to take your big toe in your 2 first fingers and thumb with your left hand. If you can, start to play with straightening your leg out, making sure to keep your left shoulder drawing back and down. Use your arm strength to keep your leg up. Your right glute should be really turned on now, as in you'll be feeling it. Gently release your grip and without placing your foot down, send your foot back behind you about 4 steps. Take your hands as you did before, either in front of you or behind, hands clasped or in prayer position. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale to hinge forward, folding over your front leg. Making sure the weight is evenly distributed between both feet. And you're not locking out through the front knee. Inhale, raise back up to standing at the top of your mat. Inhale, raise your hands up to the sky, gazing up. And exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, step or hop back to plank. Exhale, lower all the way to your bellies and shimmy your legs back a bit to create length in the front of your hips. Now come onto your forearms, your elbows shoulder distance apart, hands palms down, spread in front of you. Inhale to lift your crown and lift your belly. And breathe here for Sphinx pose. Now see if you can start to bend your right knee, sending your foot towards your bum. Inhale here and exhale, see if your right arm can reach back for your right foot. If you aren't quite there, just continue to breathe, inhaling to lengthen through your spine. If you're there, take the palm of your hand, fingers face forward to the top of your foot. And breathe here. In your next exhale, release your foot and your hand back to the floor. Second side. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, bend your left knee, sending your foot towards your bum. Inhale here. And try to reach back with your left arm for the left foot. If you get there, take the palm of your hand, fingers facing forward, onto the top of your foot. Release that when you're ready and press through your palms as you send your hips all the way back towards your heels for child's pose. Try to lengthen your tailbone towards the ground and release through your neck. Now roll yourself gently up to your knees and send your legs out long in front of you. Take them as wide as possible, making sure that you are on your sits bones, so maybe shuffle a bit forward. Toes face the ceiling and legs are super active here. You can also sit on a block or a butt like we did earlier in Sukhasana to create more length through your spine. Inhale to lengthen, sitting up really tall. And exhale, start to take your hands forward as you walk them forward, maintaining that activity in your legs and feet and length in your spine. Only go as far forward as you feel is comfortable. Inhale here and exhale. Now inhale back up to seated. Start to send your right arm out alongside the inner part of your right leg and stop where it feels like you're nearing your edge. Inhale, sweep your left arm up and over towards your right foot. This is a great stretch for your intercostal muscles and all the funky back muscles that can cause us issues. Play around with the position of your top arm to really find the sweet spots. Inhale back to center and switch sides. Left arm slides along the inside of your left leg. Inhale your right arm up and over towards your left foot. Again, playing around with the position of the top arm. Inhaling to lengthen and exhale to reach further. When you've had enough of that, come back up to seated and bring your legs back together as you slowly roll onto your back. Bring your knees up to your chest, maybe hug them in, give yourself a little rock and roll from side to side. And keeping them up by your chest, send your knees to the left-hand side of your mat, arms spread out beside you. Make sure that your right shoulder is still grounded towards the mat. And you might deepen the twist by turning to look over your right shoulder. And breathe here. When you're ready, inhale back to center and repeat on the other side, sending your knees out to the right side of your mat, arms out long, maybe gazing over your left arm. Now let your feet come back to the mat and send your legs out long to the bottom corners of your mat. Take your arms out by your sides for Savasana. As you bring yourself to your final resting pose, let go of any energy you built up in today's practice. And I'll share a few bits of wisdom I have about Pisces season, with the intention that you can work with the energies of this time of year. The sun is in Pisces from February 20th to March 20th. And if your birthday is in that time, you'll likely know that you're a Pisces star sign. It's also possible that it's your rising sign, if you know what that means. So if you are a Pisces, it's quite likely that you come across as an artistic, intuitive and sensitive soul. You embody qualities like compassion and creativity and deep wisdom. You might sometimes feel a bit fearful and overly trusting, which is understandable given your high expectations of others and yourself. Pisces is a mutable sign, which means you're quite willing to go with the flow, just like the water element you embody. The guna, or quality associated with Pisces, is sattva, which can be symbolized by a newborn baby, the state of balance and equanimity. Sattva goes with the flow, accepting and working with change as it is. Although sattva is the guna you likely want to cultivate the most, too much can lead somebody to be a bit spacey, disconnecting from reality or unable to be motivated to do something. You want to do plenty of grounding sequences, remembering to connect with the earth below in order to rise above it, which you did plenty of in today's class. I'll stop talking now and let you rest.